Oh, here we go. Is there anyone going to be in the event? So that's the question. $190. It's pretty quick. Welcome everyone. How you doing? Right. Let's see if that was enough. Turn the clutch on. Don't know. Yes. It's okay going. Welcome to the the channel. What was that? Someone on track there. Not sure if I'm gonna finish. I'm not gonna finish the track even. Oh well. Hi Patrick. Welcome. How you doing, man? So much understeer in this Subaru Impreza. I mean, we couldn't really modify it too much. Only had 10 PI to play with. Oh, let's hope it was enough. So we got some Eclipse, some Evos. 2008. Somehow it's put me in third place, even though I didn't set it. Oh, no one else set a time as well. So we got an Eclipse, Lancer, Golf R, another Evo 404, and an Audi S1. I should be, going on what we were testing yesterday, I should be quicker than that one. He might be upset. We got a Lancia Delta Integrale, followed by 2008. Probably the one of the ones I would actually buy if I was to buy a Subaru Impreza, just due to the fact that it's a bit more practical. Do like a hatchback. Oh, yeah, how's it going? Here we go. We outlaunched them. Oh, yes, we can. Oh, the GT4's coming back at me, though. The other one right up my butt. Oh. Subaru's not very good on the brakes. We have to brake kind of early. But we got some straight line speed with this beast. Ah. Typical Golf driver. Just realised the telemetry is not showing. See if we can fix that mid-drive. There you go, that's better, isn't it? The problem is I've let them get away now. Let's see if we can push a bit harder. Let's get it. Oh. Oh, that went wide as well. God damn. 9.9? Get fucked. Jesus Christ. Ah, shit, that's gonna be another big cut. Need to stop blowing your car that much. Darn, man. The brakes are absolute shit in this car, Jesus. Yeah, they handle so much nicer than this by the looks of it. And brake so much better as well. This just has straight line speed, effectively. Oh, he got me just to the line. Oh no! Right. What can we do to make it faster? We need to make it go around corners better. I mean, Is it possible we need to go to Legacy instead? Should we switch to the Legacy? I have a new subscriber. Right, how do I... Hmm. Surely there must be a better way of doing this. Oh, appreciate you guys. Okay, so probably have to back out, won't we? That'd be kind of fun. Probably modifications already on it there. Let's back out. Back out and find and build another car, right? The Subaru is fast for sure, but it just couldn't go around a corner just on the street tires. But no, Jack, what car should I buy? Audi Quattro. Any of you got suggestions what I could drive? I gotta make it four-wheel drive. There's the problem. Kind of like that idea. A four-wheel drive Puma. Okay, so it's all drive, which has made the handling worse. Uh, Funnily enough, it actually looks like it's on like one of those struts to change how much error. Oh no, it's the windscreen wiper. You swap it. Oh, why has it got so much weight all of a sudden now? Is that the full drive system made it that heavy? Fucking hell. What a pig. Out of way ratio is shit though. Oh, that's a shame. Still heavy, 27. Does this have the ability? You can't swap that one. Out of all of the cars, you can't swap. Gain a lot still. Why only the front bumper? Where's the side skirts to match it? Can we do it with Honda Power? Honda boy. Oh, and I think yes, fucking death. Duh. Well, that's a no-brainer. I'll come up with one. No, it will not. Okay. Mm. Jeez. Hey man, you good? Yeah, not too bad. What are we doing?
I don't know. I was just trying to figure out something to do, or I had an idea, but I don't know if it'll work. But I want to drive a Civic.
Do I want to drive? Hell yeah, I'll drive a Civic. Which one?
The '97. Not sure if what I had in mind will work. I swear I had to pivot to it from something else.
Okay.
Okay, so street fuel and street air filter.
Yep.
Race flywheel.
Yep.
Sport brakes and suspension and weight reduction. Race everything else. Or sorry, I guess it's yeah, it's sport weight reduction.
Yep. Okay.
Racing slicks 235 width.
Front and back.
Yeah,
Okay.
I put Wed Sport TC 105 ends on it, which I think is just lightest wheels.
Okay.
Race clutch, sport transmission, street driveline, race diff.
Sorry. What was
That
that?
should
Sorry.
be it.
Race clutch, sports transmission. What was the driveline? Sorry.
Street driveline,
Yeah.
street,
And race
and
diff.
then race diff.
510.
Should be it. Should be 510. Yep. I haven't really, like, I had that built for something else. And so I haven't really tested it against this. I'm trying to find something where I can build like handling car versus straight line car that doesn't make them hard to drive. Like I've had a few things that kind of worked out, and they weren't like exactly hard to drive, but they just weren't as easy to drive. I think for the middle of the field guys to be battling as comfortably in if we get shuffled up because of the like the pace differential between the cars.
Set up to meet up on.
Yeah. I tried like the '69 Fair Lady and '69 Mustang, and you can kind of make those sort of work, but they also squirm around a little bit on their older tires and stuff, so I didn't really want to put slicks on them. And I started to make that thing versus the Volvo 850R, but then I realized both of the cars are front-wheel drive, and we're doing a front-wheel drive season right now, so I figured it'd probably be better to find something that's more
A bit
different.
different. Yeah.
I was thinking we'd do for them is just like run it as a one-off, kind of like play around thing, and just run a bunch of different tracks. Like start right at 5 or whatever, and then we can do some speed tracks and some handling tracks and some mixed ones.
Do like a whole championship, 6 races in one night or something.
Yeah.
Kind of like that idea. Well, if we start at like LCQ time, have 6 20-minute races.
Yeah. I kind of liked that Vauxhall Corsa and Miata pairing that I built. So if we were going to try something like that for an actual season, I'd be leaning more towards those. So I didn't want to just use them for something like this. Like I say, we'd always do like Clio Williams versus 94 Miata or whatever, but that's kind of like the same thing in a way, so we'll try to find something a little more different. Plus, I don't particularly like either of these cars that much, so I don't have a strong preference as to which one I drive based on who shows up for the night. I mean, I can just drive whichever one has less people in it.
They're very much like the Civic.
Like, this is a little bit of a handling track, so it's not necessarily the best place to test. I just threw it here since this is usually a good place to get a feel for a car.
Yeah, I mean, drives great, but the lift-off oversteer is intoxicating.
I can get like a mid-upper 4 in this thing.
If I could change something to get it to rotate on the back a little bit more, definitely could go a bit faster. Got too much grip on the rear tires. I wonder if I could fix that with like a PSI change or something.
Awesome. What is the... You just have to see like how they launch off the line and stuff too. Acceleration is significantly better for the Mustang stat-wise, but doesn't really mean very much.
Yeah, I don't mind if a rear drive has a better launch because kind of a bit more realistic.
Yeah.
Do you want to change it to like a 3-lap shootout sort of thing so we can test that sort of thing, or 2
Yeah.
laps? Yeah, if it's like a car length or two just from the launch, kind of agree with that, but as long as it's not massively out dragging
Yeah,
it
and like
as
some of
well.
it'll also depend on... Yeah, and like here though, like if you've got a second lap time on me, then that can be a little bit of a trade-off. But if it goes places like Road Atlanta or whatever, where this thing might be faster because of the long straightaways, then it also having a good launch is not ideal too. So maybe what the thing to do would be, like if we're going to do it based on grid order from the previous race, just try to alternate the track so it goes, handling, speed, etc. So that way on the speed track you at least start up front for it probably.
Yeah.
This thing, like with a sport transmission, you can only really use this thing as a 4-speed too, because its fifth is an overdrive.
Well, this thing bogs. It's got
Yeah.
too much grip. This would have just snapped the axles if that was real life.
I originally had that thing built for something else. I don't even remember what it was. Maybe it was like a Super Taikyu kind of thing or something. But then when I saw like where its PI was at and stuff, I just adjusted this because I tried to build this against the Volkswagen Corrado. So it was like a car that I'd never really used for anything before, but the difference wasn't enough. Like the Corrado somehow actually had better top speed than this thing, even though it was 40 horsepower down or something. The acceleration once they're rolling doesn't seem like hugely different for the mid-range stuff. It's just like once we get up above 90 here, it seems like this thing pulls a bit. I suppose if we weren't going to do it next season anyway, we could just use the Vauxhall and the Miata, because I feel like those, like obviously if the pace differential is big enough at some tracks, then like there could be some races, like, you know, if we go to Road America in speed car versus handling car, there's a
Yeah.
chance that you and me in a handling car could be fighting with like Raj in a speed car or something. So I want something that when that's happening, the cars aren't hard to drive so that they don't, you know, make more errors out of being nervous or being excited because they're fighting for a podium maybe when they don't normally or something. So I think the Corsa and the Miata are pretty good for that.
But
But if we weren't going to use them for next season anyway, then I guess we just use them for the one-off. And by the time we actually got to the season where we were going to use them, people would have forgotten anyway. And I can't tell if people care much about that. I personally don't, but I remember there were some people when we ran like the Skyline and Sylvia multi-class didn't love the idea. Like, oh, we've already driven the Skyline, even though it was a slightly different build, much different.
I don't understand people who can complain about driving in a cool car.
Yeah, yeah. Like if the racing's good, then who really cares that much? You know, for somebody who doesn't like a certain kind of car, doing like back-to-back seasons of stuff, you know, if somebody doesn't really like front-wheel drive, and we did 3 front-wheel drive seasons in a row, then okay, I kind of get it at that point. But we tend to change things up every season anyway. Like you just have to accept that it's not always going to be the favorite car that you can pick. So have fun with the racing. So this thing doesn't actually have that much of a straight line speed advantage on that thing. It's more of an
No.
acceleration advantage from low speed.
Yeah. High speed stuff, I think this could actually be
So
the
yeah,
same, if not slightly better.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Fuck these things. We can just use the fucking Corsa and the Miata then, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like we only ran those a little bit, but I was pretty happy with how our initial testing went with them.
Yeah, let's go back to them quickly. And
Because we can't. I see you probably still have the build for one of them
I
at least. I don't know which one
I
you want to
assume
drive,
so.
but
I'll drive the Vauxhall. Do you know what the PI should be? because I have 6.
It's C class.
C8, 483.
Um, 487.
487. Is it possible you've changed the build since we last played with it? So I got one with
I don't know.
483, which is slightly.
Oh, that's weird. When I clicked on mine, it didn't change to 486 like when I actually got in it. That's weird. I've had a few cars in the last day just fiddling with this where it shows it as like B class in my garage. I like, oh, I had a build on this, and I get in it, and it's just stock. And once you go into the upgrade shop, it reverts to its stock PI.
So what do you have different? I've got 207 horsepower and I weigh 2507.
Uh, yeah, something. So I got 214, 2516.
So you must have changed the build slightly. Well, if you got in fuel and air, is there anything on there?
Street air filter and sport intercooler.
Okay. Anything in the engine?
Race flywheel and sport oil and cooling.
Yep, I've got that already. So you must have added the things for the air.
Uh,
Okay, then sport brakes or sport suspension, race bars.
yep, race everything else.
Tires, 255 still.
Just stock width race.
Okay. Race clutch, race driveline, and race
Wheels.
diff.
I do have Momo Raptors. Yeah, race clutch,
Yeah, I've got Momo
stock
Raptors on them.
transmission,
Race clutch, stock trans. Yep,
race sport drive line, and race diff.
yeah, that's what I've got on there. 486. There we go. Okay.
I don't even remember where I remember we tested these at Road Atlanta, and like that thing was clearly faster at Road Atlanta, but let's make sure this thing works.
I should just check the tune. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Forever fucking loaded it. Just had to complain about it, then it loaded it.
We got the straight line speed in fourth.
Yeah. That was the thing that I remember liking about them was that even though like they had obvious strengths, like neither of them was like so massive that you couldn't kind of fight still. Like even if you were on a track that didn't favor it, you're still kind of close enough to be able to battle. Like in theory, the Miata should be a little faster around here since it's a handling track, but what I think it's kind of nice about doing this too is that like for guys like Boo who seem to struggle in a number of things but get along okay with front-wheel drive cars, then it means that he can still drive a front-wheel drive car in another season, but the guys who don't want to drive them don't have to do it again.
Yeah.
Even though it would be good for a lot of them to actually fucking learn how to do it. Miata is definitely pretty playful.
That
I
looks
don't know
like
how
it.
I've got it set up, but I kind of like the way the team championship is turning out this season too. Like each one of them has led it at some point, and it's starting to swing a little bit towards Kiwi and Lanrell this last couple. But like when you look at some of the stuff that happened, I mean, Raj blowing up his motor twice and Sam blowing it up once at Spa severely hurt them. Sam fucking not putting fuel in his car for the oval race killed him because he went down an entire lap basically having to do another pit stop. And I think he was running about sixth or seventh before that happened.
Right.
So like it could have swung around different directions, and if seven would actually fucking qualify instead of showing up and starting at the back, then that'd help him and Boo a lot.
Bob's right there though. He's fast.
Yeah, yeah. Bob shouldn't be in the vision for this one.
This does something a bit weird over that bump there.
Yeah, yeah. I built that car before they did that one update that fixed the like you remember how like a lot of the all-wheel drive cars would snap out
Yeah.
weirdly in some corners.
What
Yeah,
was your fastest lap
that
there?
impacted front-wheel drive cars too. I don't know. 2062 was what I had as a clean lap. So I think she ran a faster lap though.
Yeah, I think your middle lap was faster though. I don't know if it was clean or not though.
Yeah.
Is that middle lap where Where you weren't sliding around as much, you were on it. You gapped me quite a bit.
Yeah. Let's see what other track should we try him at? What's be pretty good here, I guess. Seems like the kind of thing we'd have to do. Like I feel like if we were gonna do it, we'd have to run Silverstone and Brands Hatch in some form, and then
Yeah.
like this place, even though it's not Mazda Raceway anymore, but maybe Suzuka or Suzuka would be a pretty even one probably, because the Miata should be faster in the first part and Vauxhall in the second part. Let's see, I've got bars. Yeah, when I originally built that car, it was before they did that physics change, and it was awful. Like it felt a little bit like that thing in Forza 7 that some of the cars would do, where it like wants the two wheel just turning on normal flat ground.
Um,
So I remember when I built it, I then tried to power cut it to like what the base model has instead of the VXR model or whatever, and it was better then, but still not great. This one again should favor the Miata, I guess.
oh,
Oh. We've driven this track so much more in Assetto Corsa lately than in Forza, and like that corner suddenly feels way harder on Forza on the controller than it does on the wheel.
yeah. Oh fuck! Did
Did
you
you get the
see?
sausage curb too?
Yeah, and it just was like,
No.
yeah, you're coming over here now.
I slide again.
I'll try not to clip the sausage curd this time. Oh, but just understeers instead and oversteers at the same time.
Probably just stay in third.
The Xbox app just died.
For me, I guess I was just being clumsy on the
Sorry,
controller as far as like
I
put a little too much weight on the nose and the brakes, then the rear end gets loose.
had the Xbox app died in the middle there. That's why I went quiet. I I haven't heard anything for the last lap.
Oh.
Did did you manage to bin chat there? I didn't actually see. I was trying to fire this back up.
Yeah. Yeah, I just stayed in third gear and banged off the limit of the line because I knew if I shifted, it would draw me behind.
It's pretty close though. Yeah, I kind of like that
Yeah.
dynamic actually, because the MX-5's definitely quicker on like the twisty first couple of sections, and I don't seem to have a anything like going up the hill much more than you.
Yeah. Like, I think it would depend a little bit too on how close I was going up the hill. Like, I dropped back just a little bit and I could keep a little, like, my apex speed was a tiny bit higher than yours. So it's sort of equalized out because I think yours has, more grunt going up the hill, not by much, but yeah, it sort of equalized it a bit. And I was driving it a little clumsy too. I kept putting too much weight in the nose and loosening the rear up a little bit in spots, which wasn't helping.
Took a couple of
It's
psi
tricky
out of
with
the
some
rear
of this
tires,
stuff
so
because, like, some nights, yeah,
try to help it
like
rotate
some
a bit
nights we
more.
test this stuff and we're like just got done driving something completely different and we drove these for a few laps and we're like, oh yeah, these are fun. This is great, but we didn't really extensively test it. It all kind of blurs together for how many laps we actually did. So I don't know, I seem to remember that they were pretty fun, but see how they go here. Because obviously this track's, again, kind of like a... Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
shit. Fuck.
This track's sort of like a tale of two halves.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be too. Jesus Christ, I can't take the bumps at all. Jesus.
Curbs?
The curbs are lethal. Um,
Yeah, I seem to remember when we tested it that it was definitely like obviously a Vauxhall track, but the Miata was fast enough from like turn one through the S's to kind of fight it for a little while at least. But again, I don't remember how much we actually tested them or whether I'm even remembering correctly. But
Actually going into fifth on this track.
yeah. Were your gears awkward back there?
No, no, they were fine.
I wasn't sure. Maybe this tracker just looked weird because it went down to like point 0.6 for the corner and then went back out to point 0.8 by the line, so I wasn't sure if spacing was bad going up the hill or something.
I was a bit cautious over the curbs after what happened through here.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. I wonder if it's bottoming out on the curbs. I wonder if it's too low.
Yeah. Oops.
Oh.
Okay, that time I didn't go across the curb good. The times it was okay.
There's quite a big gain through that section, isn't it?
Yeah.
I gained pretty much a second from the corner going onto the straight. So I think I was like 3 tenths behind you going onto the straight. And then
Yeah.
about 7 tenths ahead on the start line.
I think
I
we'll
don't.
just run it again and see if we can make less mistakes, because that definitely contributed to it a little bit.
Yeah.
But like at the other ones, which should have been leaned a little bit towards the Miata, like it was still, again, like assisted by mistakes, like you could fight pretty closely there. Okay, I guess that's the question that would need to be figured out before a season with them, is that Like, is the advantage on the handling track for the Miata as big as the advantage on the straightaway track for the Corsa? Obviously, like from a racecraft perspective, it's probably not exactly, but
Well, the thing is, it's still quite hard. It's going to be more difficult for the Miata to overtake in the corners than it is for the Vauxhall to overtake on the straights.
yeah. Yeah, that's why I feel like usually when you're building stuff like that, you need to give the handling car a little bit of a lap time advantage just overall to make up for that difficulty. Like obviously this thing has a start line advantage.
Good.
I did begin. Okay, now this time I did what you did the last time.
I'll wait up for you. I might as well go ahead. Try again.
I feel like I can put some distance on you through that section of the track. I can miss that apex by a mile.
Pretty close between them, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, really, that's kind of what I want. Like, obviously coming into a race, come into this one thinking like, all right, this is a voxel track. But it like doesn't mean that you're gonna finish behind all of the voxels. So you can still fight with some of the other ones that, you know, like it might not be a podium that week, but it's not like it's a multi-class race either.
Yeah, I'm not sure which car out of the two I'd pick as well. I think it'd be kind of fun for us to have different cars if we were to drive these.
What do you mean?
Well, I think the racing could be kind of interesting.
You just mean like if we're mixed up in the top class or in the
Yeah,
front of the field? Yeah. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Like, if even if we set the thing up and like chose tracks and stuff, and it turned out that like, oh, we chose more speed tracks than handling tracks, then like more people would jump into the voxel probably, but then it might not end up mattering much because that would just mean that at the handling tracks, then, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on who it is. Like without testing with, Raj and Bob and some of those guys and stuff. I mean, who knows? With these things, we might still be so far ahead that it's never an issue. It was a shame, but you know. This one could be interesting because the Miata should be good through turn one if I was able to maximize it, and then it should be good through the final sector. The thing that's kind of tricky with the Miata though is you do kind of have to maximize in those things, and it's a little harder to drive than, or not necessarily hard to drive, but easier to make a mistake in than
yeah.
I remembered.
The Vauxhall's handles surprisingly well compared to an MX-5 though. It's really not
Yeah.
bad. You're gonna have to really send it with the gap I'll probably end up giving you.
Yeah. With the draft, though, you actually really don't pull very much on me. Unsettled it.
Put it back there. I didn't actually see you there. If it wasn't for the radar, if I
Yeah.
thought you were fucking still off in that corner somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what I need to change on this thing. Like, I mean, it's not bad and it's kind of fun in its own way, but sometimes it's easy to just unsettle the rear a little bit.
you got sports suspension in that as well?
Yeah.
Or if you got the bars at?
I think 20 and 17.5. I do need to fiddle around with it, I guess. I just kind of left them where they were. Maybe do better. Cranking them up a bit.
Is it understeering a bit?
I mean, a tiny bit, but the problem is more just that, like, when it unsettles, it, like, especially on, like, trail braking situations, kind of, sometimes just
It-
sort of unsettles the rear.
There's really not much in it. I mean, if you could just sort out the sliding a little bit, I think you, I mean, people would have to make a bit of a dive bomb on the Corsa. It's definitely doable.
Yeah.
It's not a guaranteed win for the Vauxhall though. My only worry is you're going to get people just dive bombing without. Well, the people who they're dive bombing is just going to turn into them and be like, "Oh, you hit me,"
Yeah.
because it just won't read the situation and
Yeah,
what they're
and,
in.
right. And that the clumsy guys in the MX-5 aren't going to have the, like, skill to make its pace work,
Yeah.
and probably aren't going to have the confidence to even try in a lot of situations, so they'll just be slow. We watch some of those clips sometimes with Raj and them where it's just like, you had the pass, the door was wide open, why did you brake early for it? It's like, oh, I wasn't sure, you know? What should I do? Just crank the bars up overall and see how that.
Um, let me have a look. I've got a feeling I've got my MX-5 Cup car, which is pretty much the same one. I've got the specs of the tune. Oh, no, that's not notes. Because I was playing around with it a little bit when I was building it. I got a feeling they're 40/40.
Yeah.
Oh, 40/30 is what I've got on mine.
Yeah, I don't know if I should message that or post something for the Seven Cynical guy, because I mean, I guess I'm always torn about that. Like, I feel like between you and me and Ball, and sometimes Oranges, and sometimes Anime, and sometimes Sean if he was racing and stuff, like, we have pretty good battles most of the time. So, like I say, I always try to think, like, oh, we need more guys for the mid part of the field, because that's where all those big gaps start showing up. But at the same time, like, I don't know, fuck them, I guess. Like, find some more people, like, 'cause, I mean, the Seven Cynical guy raced pretty good. He made mistakes, but he didn't, like, hit us and stuff, you know, like, he wasn't dangerous, he just would trip himself over curbs and stuff.
I was actually looking at the points earlier. I think I'm gonna have to win every single race now to beat Ball.
Yeah, he and me are pretty far behind now. So. Well, the thing is that, like, we just need to get him off of, like, out of a comfortable position. So I think that's really what's done it. So, I mean, like, my Brands Hatch didn't really go very well, but it wasn't that
Oh,
bad either. Like I
Jesus
was
Christ,
third
what
for
happened
each
there?
race. But like I was third for each race and still lost 30 something points to you.
Yeah, but I did win two of
So
them.
if we can just yeah, but I mean like if we can just get him out of position,
Yeah.
then it's pretty easy to yeah, like have him, fighting with DJ or something at the start instead of just being on the front row and being able to manage it better, then we could definitely make some up.
He'd try to podium a bit more. He's been pretty on it on the qualifying sessions.
Yeah.
Well, if you pick the right
Yeah, this
strategy
definitely makes
for,
it feel more controlled.
if you pick the right strategy at Spa, it could have happened.
I yeah. I mean, I don't think I could have beat you, but I think I would have been there if it wasn't for the other stuff, though.
I'm sure you would have been
I
there
was say, like,
for
I
the
lost
ball.
about 3.5 seconds to whoever it was that was leading at the time when fucking Bob caused the crash. And then, yeah, like if I had just been able to hang on to your draft for a lap or two longer, it would have been okay. But like once I fell back, and then DJ and Oranges like passed me, and then just immediately fucked up the bus stop in front of me, and like one of them went off, and one of them nearly went off, and like rejoined in front of me and stuff. So like I figured I probably lost around 5 seconds just in that stuff,
Right.
and I finished about 5 seconds behind Paul.
Yeah, Anime nearly messed my race up though because he started trying to fight me for second place sort of thing, and I was getting nervous because I was starting to use too much tire wear to be able to
Yeah,
maintain the scrap. I had to be fairly smooth with the race in order to keep the tires from going over 70 sort of thing. Because I was pushing them all the way out to 70.
yeah.
They were
Yeah, the
slow,
bar's
but it's not.
definitely changed. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wish I could run it again and try to do the medium tire early. I was gonna say, when I did practice runs, I mean, like, I definitely could have driven it out to 10 laps. It's just, I probably would have been over 70%, and it would have been
When
slow.
was it? Um,
And, but then during the race, I got better mileage on the hard than I did from my practice stuff, which I don't know if that was track rubber
I
or
didn't
what
I didn't
it
do
was that was doing it.
10 on. I didn't do 10 on the medium. I did 8. The end of 8, I pitted.
I thought you said that. Okay, because I thought that was what I asked. Like, oh, so you went eight then, or whatever. You said no, I could get 10 or something, and I was like, what? Okay, then
The
yeah,
the,
okay, that's
the
good.
maximum laps was 9 laps because I was getting 8%. Yeah, because I pitted at the end
Okay,
of
yeah,
8, and then I did 6 laps on the soft, and then I did 7 laps on the wet
yeah,
to go to the end. That's 21, right?
right. Yeah, because that's what my I'm actually a little annoyed with myself because that was what my original plan was to go eight, seven, and then six on the wet tire.
Right.
And then I don't remember what it was, something I was testing with Raj. Maybe it was when I tried the medium tire versus the soft tire in the rain. But there was something that caused me to be like, I don't know, like if I think so, like if you guys were starting on the medium, then I thought that I'd be able to hang on to your, especially starting from the pole. Where I wasn't likely to get attacked by DJ at turn one. or something, I figured I could probably hang on to you guys with the hard tire, like in your draft. And I don't know, like I did for a couple of laps, and then I lost ball in anime, and then I figured out, well, I can tag on to you, and then I don't even, like I said, I don't even remember fucking anything up. I just like didn't quite get a great exit, and that was all it took to drop me behind you.
Yeah.
Let's see, where else would be a place to try? Um, this could be interesting.
Barcelona.
Let's see, I'm gonna stiff the straightaway here, especially now with the fast final corner,
Yeah.
is actually like more of a straight line thing than it used to be.
Yeah, I'm still undecided whether I like it or not, though.
Yeah, I definitely like it better than the old one. I don't. The like hairpin thing before that section, I'm pretty indifferent about that. But I always hated that final chicane. And I guess because the handling difference isn't huge and the acceleration difference isn't huge, I don't know if we'd run into much of the problem that we had like with the Ford and the Ferrari. Like I think Coda best showed it off, where like if you were a Ford and you were out front, you were okay. But if one Ferrari got in front of you, then the Ferrari was so much slower through like the early S's and stuff. It just stacked you backwards into the next Ferrari that would then pass
Yeah.
you on the straightaway. So like I think with these things, because the actual like apex speed isn't that much different, like it feels more like the Miata's strengths are braking really, or like it's braking's where it gets a bigger advantage than at the actual apex speed. It's a little bit better there, but I don't know.
It's horrible.
It's always been a weird corner. Like how good it can feel sometimes, and then like the next lap, it can be so easy to just like touch the curb a little bit wrong on the apex or something like that and totally blow it. I don't want to do that. Like with the draft, I can kind of stay like right on your bumper, but
There, you're right there.
no. The gear spacing's definitely a little tricky with them, because like if I shift to fourth there, I'm not sure if you're already in fourth or whether
Yeah,
your thing's that
I was
much
already
longer,
in
but I
fourth.
noticed that's one that,
I can
yeah,
rely on the turbo a bit more, see as shift early and wait for your shift to cruise past.
yeah. Yeah, that is one thing that is tricky with this thing at some corners, is that it's kind of in between gears, and it really doesn't have the torque to get it wrong and kind of survive. Like this next corner, like third is pretty long for it. But then you already got to shift to third, not too far out of it. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, this seems fun and it seems interesting, and I'd be perfectly fine with just doing this next season, even though it's more C-class cars that have limited tuning
Yeah.
and stuff. But I know, like when I brought her up to oranges, she was kind of like, let's not do that,"
Really?
So I don't.
Why, what was his problem with it?
Yeah, he said maybe save that for a few. I mean, he didn't drive the cars or anything, but he said like, yeah, we shouldn't do C class again or whatever, or do something else and come back to that later.
Well, we could always do the touring ones. Were they C class? No, they were B class, weren't they?
Which ones?
The ones we were
Oh, like
driving
the
yesterday.
Ford and the Holden that we used for
No, no, no,
Bathurst
the
thing?
ones we were
Oh,
driving
yesterday,
yesterday.
those things.
They're not C class, right?
No, I
They
don't
were.
think so.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with racing those. They're still fun. I don't understand why we have to do something so different every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
mean, I
fun. I get it to mix it up a
like
bit, but
the
I think that's quite
variety is
different.
fun. It is, yeah, yeah. And it would be a different season because it wouldn't be specs. Like there'd be a dynamic to each race depending on which car you were in. Um, and again, like it's kind of a like when it's more alive and like the game and all that stuff, then switching to like more dramatic swings between cars seems kind of fine. But when it seems like it's kind of at the phase that it's at, then they are both pretty easy to drive. They don't require a bunch of practice and a bunch of tuning to be able to drive them fairly competently. Should be easy for doing like two 25-minute races, or even just doing the three 15-minute races again. Like either one would be fine.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. It just seems like a easy, fun season to have.
Another pairing we could potentially do is if we going back to a four-wheel drive idea, we could have the Golf R versus the Audi TT.
Yeah.
They're kind of similar, as in
Um.
they're both Audi
Yeah. The Audi's
focused.
fast though. It's like 400 horsepower.
Yeah, we can give the Golf a bit more.
Wish we could fucking front-wheel drive swap them.
Yeah.
We could front-wheel drive swap and then power cut the 2018 Audi TT has the body kit from the little cup car in Assetto Corsa, but I tried just like power cutting it down and leaving it all-wheel drive, and I don't know, it was just kind of boring like that. Like it didn't move around, and like there wasn't really like lift off, oversteer, and stuff like that that made it fun. It was just kind of
The
dumb,
20
and the fact that the power cut made it even easier to drive just made it seem like it was going to be even more important to get the diff tuned just right.
oh, we could always do it as an actual like spec tune for it though, couldn't we? Which I could kind of make it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Audi. What would you want the Audi TT front wheel drive as well? Like the TT
Um,
Cup one?
I'll, that doesn't. Yeah, that was the reason why I was thinking for it that like it's a shame we can't do it.
If we did a spec build, we kind of could. Like spec tune, sorry. I thought you said
Yeah.
2018 had the body kit. There's no body kits for the 2018.
It's not like the wide body kit. It's just in the aero parts that you put on it.
Ah, right, okay.
It's got sport front aero and stuff, and the little race rear wing with like the gooseneck style thing. The vented hood. I don't know. Anime tried to build it one night, and I think that's his build that I've got on now. He added a little bit of power to it to try to make it a little bit more exciting, and I don't know, like it was pretty fast.
Ah, I missed the F1 qualify. F1 P1.
Mm.
Oh, Leclerc on P1. That means absolutely nothing in practice.
Yeah,
Schedule.
that's why I usually don't bother to watch those. Every once in a while, I click on the highlight things for them because they just like show if somebody crashed or spun or whatever, and then.
Damn, the fucking race is going to be tough for me this time. 4 in the morning on Sunday. Jesus.
Oh yeah, because they do it at night here, huh?
Holy shit, the gearbox is shit after 5th gear.
Yeah, I guess I don't know whether you can like put all of the power bias forward and stuff.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm just
I
doing
mean, I know
now.
that doesn't work to do it the other way around. And like, it doesn't make it a rear-wheel drive car. It just makes it more rear-wheel drive car-y. So I guess in a lot of people's opinion, doing a car that's not truly front-wheel drive is probably better for them than an all-wheel drive car that's just kind of front-wheel drivey. And I built a like Australian version of the, because we did our BRZ Cup that was more based on like the real GR86 Cup car. But then when we got the GR86, I built the Australian version of it. And it was kind of fun too, but it also sort of feels like something that we've done before, but I also sort of don't care. Like if it's fun, who cares? Tora has something with the GR86 that Darkster's doing. So that might be what they're going to do next anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Did you see any of the Macau stuff?
No, I didn't know.
It wasn't as big of a disaster as it has been some years, but there were some funny GR86 Cup crashes where it just looked like people didn't have a fucking clue what they were doing and didn't even realize that a corner was coming up.
Okay, this is going on. Can you steal my tune or not?
Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is going on a car that I tuned for one of Griff's ones, which was the Golf R32. I tuned that into being a front-wheel drive car in Forza 7.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
So I'll load the two now. Okay, then let's see if we want these things to have 10% would be, so we want like an 80% power thing for it. So the cup cars are about 310 or 320 or something like that.
yeah, did they just have the 2-liter engines, not the 2.5s?
I think so, but not sure, I guess. Like, I think they were all um, like kind of associated because there was also the Scirocco Cup car before the Audi TT Cup.
No.
And then the first Audi TCR car was literally just the Volkswagen TCR car with a TT body slapped onto it. That makes 315 horsepower. That's about right.
You know, I've got a feeling this didn't work properly. It's not feeling very front wheel drive.
Yeah,
Did I
yeah.
just
It feels a little bit more than I remember our other build feeling on the way into the corner, but it still has that like all-wheel drive, just mash the gas and drive off the corner thing.
wonder if I actually changed the fine. No, no, that's right. It should have been. Yeah. It still feels all-wheel drive though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah, I was
work
kind
as
of, I wasn't sure if it would work because I know like trying to do the same thing with a rear-wheel drive car never really makes it feel rear-wheel drive, just less front-wheel drive a little bit. So,
Mm,
and that should be time-stamped, so it should start like where the GR86 things are.
holy shit. So-
There's a couple of them that are pretty minor ones, and then there's a couple of them that are.
Oh.
That one guy that's just like three wide, fuck it.
Forza, baby! Oh shit, I can't press reset. Oh shit, there's a massive button. Jesus. Oh fuck! The speedy hit that wall.
Yeah, a couple of guys just fucking hammer that thing. Like they didn't even know that there was a 90-degree corner there or whatever. And then like the one crash, like three more cars just pile in. Like they weren't making that fucking corner, like even close. Like target fixation stuff. I watch that. It's like, yeah, let's do a GR86 Cup. All their cute little bright colored liveries that they have at Macau too. Like,
Yeah. Celebrating in the fucking high end dime. He just oh, what a fucking idiot. Oh, that was made my day. Was he like celebrating
I
they
guess when
won
they
a
used to
race or
run those
something?
Sangyong things. Oh yeah, when he was doing his little like handbrake
Oh,
slide thing.
yeah, absolutely fucked it. Uh,
Yeah, like many years ago, they used to run those little like Sangyong sedan looking things.
right.
It looked kind of like a little like made in China Chevy Cruze or something almost. And there were a few of those where that 90-degree corner there, Lisboa, they just like two-thirds of the field crashed in that corner, like just all stacked in and blocked the track completely and stuff. It's like, what the
Was
fuck
it,
are
wasn't
these
it?
guys doing?
Wasn't it last year when that exact corner in Formula E where that woman driver just didn't brake at all? Was it Formula E or was
I
it
don't
Formula
know
W?
about no Formula 4 or whatever the little things are that race there,
It was a big high
or
speed
Formula 3
impact
or one of
though.
those little junior formulas race there. The one where she jumped over the barrier and over the
Yeah,
fence in
yeah.
front of the photographer, like the yeah, that was like 7 years ago or something. Yeah, Sophia Flörsch.
Ah, it felt like yesterday.
Yeah, that one was a spectacular one. Yeah, that was like one of the worst looking crashes too. Like she broke her back or whatever in it, but like not super bad. But like, yeah, that was one of the worst looking crashes I've seen. As far as like, you just go, ooh, that person's probably dead. No, she's fine.
Car safety is just too good these days.
Yeah.
Okay, so not that
I
one's
kind
up.
of liked her, but then she became a like stereotype. Look at me, I'm a girl driver kind of.
That fucking pissed me off.
Like she used to run Janetta Juniors in the UK, and that was how I knew about her. And she seemed like she actually had fun racing, kind of. So she, I don't know, she was kind of likable. It seems like, and then yeah, she had that crash. Then she sort of came back and drove something else, and then her YouTube channel just turned into, "Hey guys, this is the yoga stretch that I do in my yoga pants before I do my running or whatever to stay in shape for racing." And it's like, I'm not exactly complaining, but I'm also kind of disappointed. Like,
uh, what about the BMW M2? What's your thoughts on that car? Because it's
which one?
the 2023, the newer one. I know it's like really fast, but
That car is fucked. Um, it has no sport suspension, and at least my testing with it, when you try to run it on slicks on the stock suspension, it's like too soft and wobbly and not good.
right. What about the 2021, the slightly older?
I think that one does have sport suspension. It's also download content, but I think everybody has it anyway, so who really cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have sport suspension, so it is better.
A spec car like that would be kind of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, like sort of power cut it a little bit and make it into like a 235 cup car kind of.
Yeah. How much would you have to cut that by? Because even the freaking 235's got a shitload of power these days.
Yeah. I don't know,
Eh,
15% or probably would get you around the 340 something horsepower range.
It's crazy
And
how
the
much power they've
M2
got now.
cups, like nowadays, do have 410 horsepower or something in like the things,
Uh,
which yeah, never really understood
450,
what
isn't
the
it?
need for that was. I don't. Well, I don't. Are they running the new body style yet as a cup car?
I thought they were.
I guess I haven't really paid because there's like the TCX ones or whatever that are in Assetto Corsa or ACC. Those ones are yeah, like the 325 Cup or whatever in AC was supposed to be like 340 horsepower, I think, and those were up to like 410 by the time they got to ACC. Or 335 Cup, I guess it was. I don't remember that, but yeah, like it's slowly evolved and just gotten faster and faster over time, and I didn't really understand what the point of doing that was, unless it was just to make people crash in them more, so they have to buy more parts for them from BMW. Let's see, I also have
Uh,
a 2014
It looks like,
M4 build that I
yeah,
kind of liked.
they've updated it to the 235 X Drive Grand Coupe.
Yeah, I've got an M4 Cup car build that I tried to make because it has like a Schnitzer body kit for it. It has like a sport rear wing and stuff. That's all right looking. I'm like, it's an all right car. I don't remember what it was I was trying to build it for, but maybe it was a Nordschleife thing before I went with the vintage cars.
Looks like a lot of that M35 racing has actually stopped. But they have. It
Yeah,
looks
it
like
was kind of
it looks like they might be releasing it for the M2 race car now. So it looks like they might be going full M car for 2026
yeah.
season.
Yeah, well, it has been the M2 CS racing or whatever for, because it started off as like the 335i and then it became the 340i.
Yeah,
and they added some more power the first time, and then they added like 5 more horsepower and a little rear wing, and then they changed it to the M2, and yeah, it gave it more power and again a slightly larger rear wing.
I don't.
For a class that was
Oh,
like
they
basically developed to be a Nordschleife endurance beginner class, I don't understand why they keep making them faster.
they have even though it's the M car still, they are restricted to 313 horsepower.
Hmm.
Suppose that would probably help on usables, right? Probably make the motor
Yeah,
last longer too. Yeah,
hmm.
313
And they actually have a
horsepower.
dual clutch transmission now for this one. It says.
Oh, wait a minute.
Because
It
the
must
one
be a
that's in AC had like a
it's a completely different engine because it's a four-cylinder, not a six,
okay, yeah.
with twin turbo. It's only a 2-liter engine, not a fucking hell. It still has 400 newton meters of torque though. Yeah, so it looks like they do have
Might
the
be in different specs depending on which thing it's in though too.
yeah, true. They're racing that at the ADAC 24 Nürburgring, TC America, TC
Yeah.
France, 24-hour series. Looks like they're using it for loads of stuff.
Yeah, because there's like the TCX thing that used to race in Probably World Challenge. I don't know if they even do that anymore. And then yeah, I think for a little while there was just an ADAC BMW thing, but I don't think it lasted very long if I remember right. Let's see.
Well, if we just got the BMW M2 and keep it stock on the suspension, reduced it by 30%, but put bars on it, I'm happy with stock suspension.
The newer one?
Yeah, we power cut that by 30
Yeah.
percent. That's roughly what 320, just a little bit less than 320%. 320 horsepower. Let's put race brakes on it though, but yeah, stock suspension.
It's got
Race.
sport brakes already, so
Oh, has it?
yeah, see, I
Okay.
have one built. I mean, oh, it's got like sport brakes already because that's what its defaults are. I have one here that I built. I just don't remember what it was that I was building it for. I remember thinking like, oh, never mind, throw this thing away. Um, let's see. So mine has a flywheel, which we don't need
Whoop,
that. I can take that
disconnected.
off.
What the hell?
Roll bars, weight reduction, because it's pretty fat. I mean, even with the weight reduction, it's still 3,100 pounds. Jesus Christ.
Can you send me another invite because you're not online and I got kicked.
Oh, oh yeah.
Uh,
I mean, if it was like, I'd probably cut it even further than.
that didn't
So let's
work.
see. It's weird. It says you join the lobby.
I mean, nothing. It says I'm the leader, and it's just
Did it maybe kick me too? No, it says I'm in the lobby.
it's literally just not doing anything when I accept your invitation. I'll close the game and re.
Okay. So let's see, it's 453 times, like what?
If I could get one more invite while it's loading in.
Oh, now it just said you left the group, so.
There we go.
That's interesting. We can, let's see here. Do you remember what the 1.6 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine swap comes from in this game? 375 horsepower?
It's a rally car engine, isn't
Then just the
rally
rally
car
car
motor.
motor? Yeah. Because you can actually swap the BMW to that, and it cuts out 60 pounds of weight. And then we could power cut it down to like 180 something horsepower, which is what a 220i has.
Yeah, let's do it. Does that make your PI 681?
Mine is 682.
Okay, so you must have something different.
No, there's actually a restrictor plate, but you can only increase it. So let's see. Mine has race anti-roll bars, weight reduction, and roll cage.
Yep,
I
same.
have one click of front tire width and slicks.
Okay, I put two on. Yep. Okay.
Stock wheels. I've got race clutch and diff.
Race clutch. Diff.
I don't
What
know if
wheels
we'll
did
need
you?
the transmission. I guess we'll have to see what the ratios are like with the less power.
Yeah. Did you
And
say
then
you
the other
put
thing
wheels
that
on?
I've got, I have the race rear bumper and hood. No, I didn't. I have the race rear bumper and hood.
682.
Yeah. Okay, so if we're starting with 375 horsepower and we want to get to about 180,
How much horsepower do we have?
187 would be point 0.5. 375 is what the stock rally engine has.
Well, take off 50%, it's 187,
Yeah,
isn't it?
what the fuck? Yeah. Um, what in the fuck is my setup on this thing? I just like went to look and see to see what the gearbox was like. I'm suspicious that the gearbox isn't going to be very good with the low power. I'll be like a 4-speed maybe. But anyway, that's weird. It says that stock it has more negative rear camber than front camber. Strange. But
Yeah,
then
mine
my
does too.
anti-roll bars are 1 and 16.
Oh, that must be you.
Like why the fuck?
Mine are 24 and 18. Starting.
Then my diff is 65 and 0. Like why would I do that?
No, that's not too far off.
No, I mean I don't usually do that for rear-wheel drive cars though. I usually run some decel on it. Okay, well, do I trust it or do I
There's only one way to find out.
And like I usually don't. What? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I wonder if it was maybe some wacky shit. Cause remember when we were testing the car out for that Torah thing? I
Yeah.
wonder if it was maybe something that we like read somebody doing in the Discord that had shared theirs or something, and we're like, oh, I might as well try it.
No, some of them were
Okay,
running
so
100%
50%.
acceleration, and I just couldn't get it not to fucking drift with it like that.
Okay, 50%.
Yeah, I've just stopped using other
I
people's
have a feeling
tunes
it
because
might just
it's
be a 4-speed with.
depends how the four
Yeah,
speed is though.
I don't know. Like, I think it's interesting to look at them sometimes and see what the difference is. But yeah, it's very, very rare that I try them and seem to find anything.
I kind of know what I kind of like in this game for a front wheel drive or a rear wheel drive car, like where the especially where the balance is too, sort of thing. I find most of it in the
Yeah,
anti-roll bars really. There's a few things you can try in the like anti-squat stuff, but sometimes it makes it faster,
yeah.
but just feels like shit, so it's not really worth doing.
I'm kind of mixed on the looks for this thing. Like, I think it's kind of ugly, but it also is kind of like wide body and stuff looking, which is kind of cool.
I didn't like it when it first came out, but it is growing on me slightly.
Yeah.
It's better than a lot of the electric cars you see now, so
Yeah. And the BMW, whatever that fucking SUV one is that has like the huge nostril things on it. That one's
I've seen
awesome
so
looking.
many videos of that doing cocaine, it's quite funny. Even sounds like it's struggling to rev.
Yeah, I think I shouldn't have trusted the numbers. It feels.
It's got a bit of understeer still in it, even at these speeds.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the Janetta a little bit. It's got some cool turbo noises, I suppose.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Maybe we'll have to put a gearbox in it.
Yeah.
Maybe we could find out the 220 gearbox ratios.
Oh, mine feels weird, but I'm pretty sure that's because that setup was stupid. Like, it doesn't necessarily feel awful, but it just feels kind of weird. It like rolls over heavy on its loaded corner.
This feels a million times
Let's
better than
see.
whatever Tora did with theirs.
So it seems like the only transmission options are a 6-speed manual or an 8-speed automatic. Doesn't designate whether there's any difference between the gear ratios of one or the other. Like for the like the smaller motor has a different ratio than the um, bigger engine models.
Is it actually called the 220i?
Yeah, there's a 218, a 220, a 230.
Let's go for the 218.
Uh,
So,
218 is only 154 horsepower.
what are the gear ratios of the 218 BMW 2025? Five, five, oh, fucking no.
Okay, so doesn't designate which model of ZF 8-speed it's supposed to have. But I have
Okay,
some ratios for ZF 8-speed, actually for a bunch of them.
I've got one, two, three, four, five, six. I got one for a 7 speed. That'd be a DCT gearbox though.
Yeah.
And oh, I've got the 6 speed as well. Yay! I actually have the gear ratios. Let's slap the gearbox on and see if we can make it similar. So it's a 361, then a 1952. Holy shit, that's going to be huge on this gearbox.
Wait, what?
Oh no,
361 final
no,
drive?
sorry. Final drive's a 4-1. Sorry, I'm reading it wrong. I thought final drive was at the top. It's not. It's at the bottom. For final drive's 4.11. Then first is
Alright.
3.6.
Jesus Christ. Yes, that makes.
Then second is 195.
Okay.
Third is 1.17.
1 point what?
1.17. That's what it says.
Jeez.
Fifth is 0.85.
Okay. No, wait, we missed a gear in here somewhere then. I missed.
No, it literally goes
So
not.
360s first.
Yeah, then 119 is second, and then 11
Yeah.
is
Then
third. 117, sorry, is third.
okay.
This is crazy. This,
Yeah, this is the dumbest transmission I
yeah. I hope this really shit, right? I wonder if this is a diesel engine. Do you think this would be a diesel engine?
It says it's the B48, which is
It says for
petrol
the
engine inline four.
what, the 218.
Yeah, for the 218i.
So anyway, the fourth is, so that's way too long already. You just turned it into a fucking 3 speed with them gear ratios.
Yeah.
Whereas the gear ratios on the auto one is just ridiculous
Yeah.
because they don't even make sense in the terms of how we're doing the ratios. I
Right.
wonder if we. Probably just be better to fucking work it out for ourselves at that rate.
Yeah, it's like I just made gear ratios for I don't know what the hell. Whether they're any good, I guess, but I just made one that looks like it makes more sense than that.
Yeah. What have you got?
Uh, so I kept 411, 360, 220 per second,
Sorry, you kept the what? You
160.
keep the final drive the same,
Yeah,
so
and
410,
first. I figure with no power, first probably isn't too bad. So I got 411, 360,
411,
then 220 for second,
220. Yeah,
then 160 for third,
yeah,
and 124 for fourth,
yeah,
and 102 for fifth,
yeah.
and 0.88 for sixth. Although I'm not sure if we'd ever get into sixth with this like it is, but there is a like a diesel version of it. It's the 220D.
Did you say you put the first for 290? Did you say?
First is 360 still.
Oh, 360.
I just figure with this low amount of power, that's probably not too short, even though it would be too short with a lot of power.
Yeah.
I also changed my goddamn sway bars, so hopefully it doesn't drive wonky anymore.
Don't forget to put race tires back on.
Yeah.
I wish it just didn't change that.
Here it should default to softs. Even though some races that could also screw you over, like for strategy ones, but I
Yeah.
feel like you're less likely to get screwed over by that than you are for default into medium.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Still slow.
Yeah. I had kind of worked on making GT4 cars out of like this thing, the Mustang, the Lotus Emira, and the Nissan 400Z and the Supra.
Right.
Like it was looking a little bit promising, but they were all like full race parts and stuff like that. And then when we try to get away from that a bit, it's like, I don't know. Not sure if it's worth the effort. Like there's no way we'd get 5 cars balanced like that in a way that we were that confident with. So even though like the initial testing was kind of positive, but
Yeah, not unless we run a BOP system
we
sort of
were
thing.
just yeah. Mm, a longer nose than I thought. Yeah, it definitely drives way better with these sway bars in it than the other
It
one.
actually drives quite good as a car full stop now. It's kind of predictable.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with something like this for the next season. Got a good run out the end of that corner. Ooh. I mean, it's super stable. Make a good race car. Oh, there's a bit of draft in it as well. We were pretty much even before the line there. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Oh, Hello.
There you go.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. I was saying it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's pretty
Kind of
decent
like that.
car.
Yeah.
Probably still shorten the gears up a little bit more even, but
Yeah. Depending on the track, obviously, as well.
that where I was.
Yeah, if we got it to like that track or like um or uh, and just tuned it so like at the end of the straight we're at the top of like fifth or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. But I do need to bounce. It is getting late.
All right.
Okay, tomorrow.
Yep. I'll probably see tomorrow's Friday. Yeah, so I probably will be around.
Um,
But let's see, that's Friday though. So yeah, you're usually not around on Fridays, is or is it Saturdays? I always.
Saturday's normal. Um, on Saturday morning, take my daughter to some private school thing in Exeter, so
Yeah.
some open day.
Uh,
All right, man. Well, catch you then. Whenever I catch you,
yep.
probably over the weekend, I imagine at some point.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one.
Yep. You too.